Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rebel Creatives Podcast. I'm your host Delano and I help creative entrepreneurs increase their revenue using the Rebel Growth System. So last week I spoke about the top three benefits of getting referrals, why it's important and why it's worth your time and energy to really go after um, getting referrals and getting more business that way, right? So much easier. You get better people coming in that are easier to please, and it costs you way less, right? So today I want to talk about actually, increasing your prices so that you can give more value, right? And when I say increase your prices or stuff like that, I would rather you look at it as um, upselling, right? And why it should be something that you also do, like this next step in your business. Because for example, and I love to look at restaurants, when a person come to your restaurant and they order a burger, right? Yeah, you're going to give them a very well done, delicious burger, but it could be so much better with other things. And that's where we see combos coming in, right? We put complementary products together to make the experience and make the meal better, right? And then we have combos. And just like how a restaurant will have combos and they will, offer other menu items to go with the main meal that was ordered as complements, that's exactly something that needs to be done on a regular basis in restaurants, but also in any other business that you're doing. All right. So if you are, doing a coaching program, for example, and you're selling a course, well, what's the next problem after a person learns everything? Add the solution to that as an upsell, all right? Because there's not one thing that will fix every single thing, right? Unless it's a rubber good system. Just kidding. But you get the gist. You need to upsell in your business in order for you to add more value and give your customers or your clients or your patrons a better value than what they're getting if they just come in, just buy what they want alone, and then leave, right? So I always look at it as you give it doing a disservice if you just don't upsell, if you don't try to add value to your customers, to your patrons, to your clients in your business, right? So it's something that you should be doing in order to not only add value but increase your revenue. All right. And this is one of the other secrets or one of the other ways that I help to really unlock revenue potential, because we see it a lot where businesses, they try to get new customers, they try to get as much of their average sale as much as possible, like the average ticket order and their their signature in offer, getting people in. But it's always a struggle or them not effectively doing upsells. All right. So one thing to help with this is always look at, like, in depth, the problem that your product, your service, your offer, what it fixes, right? You want to really drill down and analyze that problem. See how your solution is fixing that problem, and then brainstorming and thinking about other problems that may arise, right? And then offer to solve that next problem, right? And let me just give you a quick example. You may be a business that is not making enough sales as you would like right now. So that's a problem. So we fix that by improving your marketing, letting you get more attention to your business and more conversion, which means that now you're getting more sales. The next problem for that is now you're getting a lot of sales, but can you handle to do the delivery for all those sales that are coming in? So the next problem you have is lack of, staffing, or you might have inefficient product creation or delivery system. So now you are getting a bunch of sales, but now you're having to turn them back. Another thing is that you might now be overworked. Now you have no time for yourselves. You're stressed, and what was not fun because you're not making enough revenue is now still not fun because now you're making a lot of sales, but you can't handle it. And what happened? A lot of persons, clients are upset because they didn't get their product on time. They didn't get this level of service that they wanted to get because you are stretching yourself thin. The workaround for that is, what if you can get in less customers, but you make even more money? Now, that is how you can handle the work coming in, but at the same time, you are making more revenue than you were without getting as much sales. This is where upselling come into play. All right. So if you are able to get in 100 persons and get them to spend $100 instead of them spending only 50, that's you working less but making more, right? So that is just the ideology of how using upselling and doing it strategically can help. Now, a lot of pushback that we will get with this is, I talk to some business owners and they will say like, hey, um, they don't want to be always, pushing and selling. A person comes in and they are spending money with you. They decided that, hey, they're going to come and they're going to spend money with you today, right? Why am I going to now push that person to spend more money? Isn't that a turn off? Well, you'd like to think that. But in actuality, when a person decides to come in and spend money with you right now, 60% of them are willing to spend more at the very moment of them coming to spend with you. And you have to remember that they already picked you. They are in buying mode and their money is already out. So you should now just take the opportunity to add more value to them, right? So again, it's the same thing with, if we're using a restaurant, a person comes in and they just ordered one large pizza, right? And then that's for $10. You have an opportunity to upsell them. You say, hey, why not get two large pizza for $17.99, right? They say, all right, no problem. Maybe they don't even want another large pizza, but you don't have to stop there. You can say, all right, would you like some cheese sticks with that for an additional $1.99? They say, okay. And would you like something to drink? We can give you a cold 2 liter soda for $1.99. Yeah, they say, all right. And we hear, a lot of persons they recommend having wings with our order of pizza. It's even something that you can have right now. And it will, by the time you finish that, the pizza will be ready. Just for $5.99, we can add an order of wings. Would you like this with your order? Stuff like that. Asking them for complimentary products is key, right? So these are things that you can do in your business to really increase your revenue until you're preparing yourself for, being able to take in more orders that are coming in. So I hope you found this podcast helpful and see how upselling is not just a way to take or get more money from your customers, but it's actually a good way to add more value to them and give them a better experience and truly solve as much of their problems as possible, right? So upselling is not a way for you to be a sleazy, salesperson, always pushing and grabbing for money all the time. No, it is an effective way for you to add value and better serve your customers. All right. So go out there, start doing upselling, combine that with referrals, getting referrals, and if you want to get an extra oomph in this, retention. All right. You can't go wrong if you do retention, referrals, and you combine that with upselling. You can see a drastic growth in your revenue. And just to give you a little bit of insight, some stats, if you can increase your retention by just 5%, you can increase your revenue by 25 to 95%, right? So just doing retention alone can do a good increase in your revenue. But if you get referrals, now that's going to increase it. If you do it the right way, the Rebel Growth System way, you can have your best customers referring at least four persons on average to your business, right? So if you have a list of 1,000, imagine getting four persons each from those. Now you have 5,000 persons on your list you're able to sell to. Amazing stuff, right? And then, just to take it up a little bit further, if you can increase the average order of your customer list, you can propel your income. So if you can do it by, 50%, that's a 50% increase in your revenue. All right. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found this insightful and inspired you to do some of these things right now in your business so that you can see massive growth and start to unlock your revenue potential. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and do enjoy the rest of your day. Delano signing out.